DevSecOps. Tap into the news.
Welcome to DevSecOps. Grab a drink, pull up a terminal, and let's talk tools, trends, and mission-ready technology. I'm your host, Tim Amico.
And I'm Akash Patel. Bringing you the latest news from May 28th to June 4th as of this recording. All right,
But first.
Yes, yeah. Always forget that.
I did, I had to recycle. I got to recycle again. I've got my Seventh Son Brewer Headbanger IPA.
Okay. That one again. Yeah, I remember you drinking that.
I was not able to get something new and fresh for the audience.
It's all good. No worries. I saw this one. I was like, all right, this sounds interesting. Let me see how this goes. But it's a pickleback sour.
Oh gosh.
It's a 6-point brewery one. I think that's a local one here. Yeah, I think it's a Brooklyn brewery. 6%. But yeah, pickleback sour. So I don't know. It sounded interesting. So we'll see how this goes.
Well, I hate pickles, so I think I'm going to.
No, really? How do you hate pickles?
Oh man, I don't know. My kids love them, so it's perfect because I could just pass all this. But no, I like relish. Not a pickle guy at all.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know the alcohol content on this fella. Go with the standard 5. Let's see.
All right.
Pretty good. I like my still liking my Cloud Donkey from last week. I was gonna bring that one up, but I figured I can't do back to back.
Oh my god, that's very
delicious.
pickles. Oh god,
that looks delicious.
I mean, I don't know what I was expecting given the name, but I will not be getting that again.
And the quiver in your voice just. This is going to be a good one to get through. Okay, so let's jump in. So we're going to just skip through some of these. So GKE, AKS, EKS, AKS, all talking about just being able to support 1.36. So and you can read through those couple of security updates here and there, but nothing too good. Basically, all the cloud providers getting on board with the 1.36.
Yep.
Release.
Nothing major there. Jumping down to Harness. So Harness, as of June 4th, in their latest updates, they added CD GitOps dry run pipeline validation. So basically, you no longer need to run through your exact pipeline and kind of validate it yourself. They added some, YAML kind of checks and stuff to make sure that things are good before you actually run your pipeline. And then
they had something similar to that previously. I remember, so it's probably an update to it. Yeah, I remember there was some level of validation. It might have just been syntax validation, but I thought that was a pretty nice feature.
This one is a dry run, so it's like maybe it'll say exactly what stages there are, what it's doing, give you like a simulated output kind of thing without actually running it.
Awesome.
And then GitOps repo templates at account, org, and project scopes, real-time GitOps resource health updates, and an upgraded bundled Argo CD engine in the GitOps agent. So yeah, I guess Harness is just adding more functionality for the whole GitOps workflow that they have. And then from a security side of things, they just now delete an associated API keys and the personal access tokens when a user account is removed. So just some quality of life cleanup type stuff behind the scenes, which is always a good thing.
I want to check that dry run out stuff.
Yeah.
Seems pretty cool. All right, this one I'm pretty excited on for, again, Harness, the artifact. Hold on, I want to see here. I was curious to see your face on that.
I got used to it now. Like, I know what to expect.
There you go. So Harness Artifact Registry. This is in their SaaS solution. And I was talking to Harness folks this week that this is going to be coming to SMP. But basically just a more or less competitor to a Nexus Artifact Registry. So Harness Artifact Registry release notes updated June 4th with native Swift package manager workflows, direct file storage addressed by path, HTTP push and pull support, and UI restore for soft deleted packages, versions, and registries.
Cool.
Harness added controls to block open source artifacts that exceed configured risk thresholds and block versions flagged as malicious in threat intelligence databases. So again, some things that you'd get benefits on from a Nexus. Seems like they're kind of pulling that into their artifact registry as well. So overall action items define risk thresholds, test malicious version blocking against non-productive registries, and document restore behavior. Basically, what I just kind of ran through. So can't wait to kind of check that out and review, at least in their SaaS model until it gets down to SMP. I did reach out to the Harness folks too. So in the next couple of coming weeks, we'll have a more kind of one-on-one with them. Not necessarily the news, but we'll dive into their platform. Again, as we kind of use it for any of the mission critical apps or hard environments that we work in.
Yep.
So definitely
I'm
stay
excited
tuned
to
for those.
see what they kind of demo for this. It'd be cool to see, because I haven't played with Harness in a while. So I want to see what some new stuff they got cooking up there.
Yeah, I want to see all their MCP integration too.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
We'll lead that into maybe when they're listening to this, they can take those notes.
Rancher seems like just a security patching and updates that they did in the last week. Basically, they released a new minor fixes just to kind of address some CVEs that have kind of come out. So it is a major CVE. It has a CVSS score of 9.6, which is critical, pretty major.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty high.
So definitely update to the latest version. I think it is 2.14.2 that has that. So or if you're on 2.13 train, go to 2.13.6. Other than that, I don't think there's any other updates to it aside from just kind of improvements and fixes.
Okay. Rancher Fleet, it's more or less security updates for this as well. So let's see, the overall Rancher lists fleet fixes for Helm, credential forwarding, forged webhooks when shared secrets are missing, and the namespace label handling. Just overall upgrade fleet, and I think that's going to go kind of along with if you're updating RKE or Rancher above, right? You're going to most likely get.
It should probably upgrade.
You're likely doing Rancher MCM and Fleet together.
Yep.
Some folks I know are using Fleet CLI, but
yep.
Yeah.
Then likewise for RK2, same thing as the other major cloud providers. RK2 now has 1.36.1 that they released as well. So pretty straightforward. I guess everyone is now kind of adopted 1.36.
Some more Ingress in there, or NGINX Ingress every week.
That's never going to go away.
No. Yeah. Okay. Kubernetes release planning.
Yeah.
Just same.
Nothing
same
major.
Before, just 1.36. I think just overall looking at the 1.36.2. So that's coming out actually this week. So just something to kind of be aware of on some of the security updates there.
Yeah. And then Claude
fun
Code.
stuff.
Now we're talking about the cool stuff. So Anthropic released Opus 4.8 on May 28th. If you haven't played around with it, definitely do so, because I think Opus 4.8 has been much better in terms of the outputs that I'm getting from 4.7. Because when I'm on 4.7, oh man, did that thing hallucinate to like no end. And so I always reverted back to 4.6. So I'm starting to use a little bit of Opus 4.8 now. And it seems to be much faster too. Like, I don't know if it's just a placebo kind of thing or not, but I don't know. I do like 4.8 better. But
4.8, okay.
Yeah. So give that a try. It's been pretty good.
I've stuck on ChatGPT for a while now. My donations have been going to them recently. So, and
I do like ChatGPT 5.5. Their new one is pretty good. So I always switch back and forth between Opus 4.8 and 5.5.
You were saying that was quicker, just from a response. Even I think generating this was quite fast compared to previous weeks. I've been using it as like personal stuff. I was telling you a little bit about it earlier, just doing some of the I do rental properties kind of on the side because you got to stay busy, right? Can never why sit down, and just taking raw photos with my iPhone, uploading those to ChatGPT, and saying stage these single basic prompts, and just blown away.
Nice.
Multiple angles as well, so getting the features of the house as well. I'll try to maybe show some of those.
Yeah, let's try to get some of that demo.
Really see my staging paper. Yeah, it was just really, I just couldn't believe it. I threw a whole bunch of pictures. I was just, hey, stage this house, and just really did a great job.
almost
Claude
like
Code, but
almost putting like realtors or like I guess realtor photography kind of people like out of a job.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And, I mean, it was simple for me to do, and that's what we actually were using a property management
Yeah.
company, and they just kind of basic pictures. I was like, let me see if I could do this.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Cool. Yeah, it'd be cool to see. All right, what's going on with OpenAI?
OpenAI Codex safety guidance describes managed configuration, sandboxing approvals, constrained network access, credential handling, and agent native telemetry. This is useful control model. Oh, this is a useful control model for any coding agent, even when the agent is not Codex.
That's kind of cool.
Just more guardrails in the sense.
Mhm. Let's see. It's kind of what we talked about already, right? Like way
That's what I
back.
thought, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Right.
know we
Maybe
talked
they just
about
added more
guardrails.
additional guardrails to it.
Yeah, no critical updates, nothing from a Codex standpoint. Actually, I'm surprised. I thought there was. Didn't Microsoft? I wonder if this isn't up to date because I know it was probably within the last week. I was reading that there was at least maybe it was just for Mac. I remember there was a Mac OS. There was a critical that OpenAI was pushing out for their Codex agent. So if you had the desktop
that's
agent
right.
of
Yeah,
Codex
yeah.
running, there's some critical update that was getting pushed out for it. I don't know all the details on it, so
I remember reading
shame on
something
me
on
not
it. Yeah.
having that, but something to look out for.
Cool. JetBrains Melum 2. Not sure how to pronounce this. But basically,
Melium?
There's no I in there though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm dripping.
Maybe.
Let me drip
I
my
don't know.
beverage.
Either way, JetBrains now has an open source model as of June 2026. It's a 12 billion mixture of experts model with 2.5 billion active parameters per token. So good for routing, summarization, subagents, Q&A, and private software engineering AI workflows. Kind of sounds like this would be equivalent to like a Nemotron model, maybe, because they also have a free, I think, 30 billion open source one. So I guess they might have a 12 billion one too. I don't remember. But all right, cool. I haven't played around with it.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't messed with anything JetBrains related.
Yep.
Industry news. We'll work on getting some of these links so that way you guys can we can get some credit for folks writing these articles.
We'll have those links up before we
but-
publish it, so it's up
Yeah.
there on our live site.
Got it. Gotcha. So the episode, overall, one of a kind. So local Kubernetes made simple. So pair that with RKE2's Ingress migration guidance. Local clusters are useful when they rehearse real Ingress policy and GitOps behavior instead of running Hello World demos. Yeah, we'll have to get that link to dive into that one a little bit more. That
Yeah,
was
for
an
sure.
unuseful comment for everyone. Apologies.
Agent
We'd cut it
architecture.
out, but we won't.
Yeah. No, we're not. Agent architecture needs tool choice, not tool worship. Okay? So the production-ready AI agents, MCP, CLI, and skills. Newsletter highlighted that with the current agent control theme, MCP is not automatically the right answer. Use MCP for shared tools, CLI for local deterministic execution, and skills or subagents for repeatable workflows. Yeah, that makes sense.
We have to get these demo clusters going to start playing around with MCP straight into our Kubernetes clusters.
Yeah.
Say that every week, and every week we read more about it. And every week I cannot find time to do that. But
Yeah, right. One day, though. One day we'll have it.
yes, we will.
Yeah. All right. Terminal habits still matter in an agentic world. So the terminal habits read is a good reminder that senior engineers still need fast inspection, reproducible commands, and shell literacy. Agents are better than the human can quickly verify what they did. Yeah, that makes sense. Basically, check your work of your agents because it's much easier to read from a terminal and verify things.
I'm just trying to skim through the rest of these, see
Yep.
if there's anything to call out. Kubernetes dashboards are shifting. So from Kubernetes dashboard to a headlamp, I've seen a little bit of that. For regulated teams, UI replacement should include auth model, auditability, plugin governance, and read-only modes, not just a nicer screen. Yeah, that would be helpful with a link. We'll have those as this is published.
Yeah. I don't see anything else major to call out here.
No.
Customize.
Jump into more of these tools.
Yeah.
What's that last one?
Home Lab and MinIO.
Yeah.
They're not. So, yeah, I guess self-hosted object storage and home lab stacks are not production architectures by default, but they are good learning environments for backups, S3 compatibility, identity, TLS, and lifecycle policy. Which, yeah, I mean, makes sense.
Yeah. So again, a lot of these are Medium articles, so they'll probably dive deep into kind of how setting those up. So yeah, we'll get those links provided.
Yep. I use MinIO for
were...
some of my stuff that I run at home. So yeah, easy alternative to.
We did it for, when we do any of the Grafana Prometheus stuff.
Yep.
It's always kind of sneaks its way in there. Chainguard. I knew you were talking about this one. This one sounds pretty
This
good.
one is,
it
it was an interesting read. I didn't fully get to finish reading it, but skimmed through it. It's basically Chainguard kind of validating that Anthropic's Mythos model has been kind of proving to be a like a real, like true contender, like a model for finding vulnerabilities. So they're saying this is not just kind of hype. It's very serious as to the certain findings that it's kind of coming up with. So yeah, basically saying the open source community is not kind of ready for this because of the different findings that it has. So I thought it was pretty interesting that kind of Chainguard published something like this, rather than just like the big players, right? Because I think last week we had talked about that Anthropic's just kind of been letting in Google, Amazon, all the big players into seeing what the Mythos model can do.
NVIDIA was in there too.
Yeah, and NVIDIA. Right.
So I mean, I guess why couldn't, from an adversary, like what is so special about this? I get what it's doing, right? I understand, what it's finding and how it was, but how come someone else can't, like what is so special about this that I understand it. Okay. I don't mean it by that, like whoever developed this, is this not something that anyone else could really just kind of start unpacking and even AI could make its own, like what
you're saying can someone else just build the Mythos model?
I guess, correct. I don't mean in the sense of like what's so special about it. I get what it's doing, but like why couldn't an adversary in the sense build the same thing? Well, sure. What's stopping them? Is it the intellect that
no? I think it's
the Mythos.
It's like how it goes. It's like always everyone's just leapfrogging one another, right? Like
right.
Anthropic is good one quarter, then Gemini is good the other quarter, then DeepSeek releases another model that's just as good, right? So I think it's just a cycle that kind of happens. In this case, yeah, Anthropic's kind of come up with a model like Mythos that's very, very good, and they don't want to release it just yet without proper guardrails, I guess. Nothing to say that DeepSeek tomorrow can't do the same exact thing and then release it completely open source. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I just didn't know what the special sauce was in the sense that couldn't be repeatable. And if that's the case, okay.
Yeah, I guess all these frontier models like to keep their secret sauce very closed off, right? Which is why they are kind of closed source models, except for like DeepSeek and the free and open source ones that Google releases and NVIDIA. But those are very smaller scale open source models.
Right.
And then this one.
Oh yeah, you had this one too. The top
this
five.
one was kind of cool. It was a emerging dev tools. It's another Medium article, but some of the tools they were mentioning was kind of neat, like Temporal Cloud 2.0. I haven't played around with this at all, or even kind of looked into what this was doing. But this was saying this is a different way of building out like orchestration workflows. So the way I was reading this is maybe like a prefect kind of alternative, but not really. So yeah, they're basically saying you can have workflows in the old ways of saying that, hey, I want to do this XYZ, but anytime you have a failure, like mid workflow, it never resumes or heals itself. Basically, this person is saying temporal 2.0 now lets you do something like that. Or even if like your job was to crash midway, it knows exactly how to pick it up and continue that. So you just define like the state of what you want to have your workflow as, and then this tool, temporal, figures it out all on its own on how to actually get it to that state and through that entire kind of path. So
Gotcha.
pretty interesting. Then this one was an interesting tool too, Pickle. I think it's created by Apple.
Another pickle, man. Where'd you get pickle out of that? First,
This is just pure coincidence, to be completely honest. As soon as you mentioned it,
it's just the theme of this DevSecOps is pickle.
I guess so. For this,
Brought to you by the word pickle.
Yes.
All right, sorry.
But no, basically, I guess Apple wanted to come up with a way to define configuration, not just like as code, but basically in a different way. So
it's no another language in the sense.
Yeah, kind of. But it does a little bit more than that. But it does a little bit more than that. It actually does like syntax validation. It does formatting validation and a bunch of other stuff. So it's not like an actual, like another language, which it kind of is, but it translates it behind the scenes to like another JSON file or YAML file. So I thought that's pretty interesting. So it's simple to read. Like you can see it has like hints of what JSON would look like. Without all like the quotes and all that stuff, so it's a little cleaner, and then it automatically translates into either JSON or the scenes or YAML files wherever you want it to go. So
that's not too bad.
Yeah,
I hate the name. That's all.
Yeah,
that's why
agreed.
I said that.
Agreed. Yeah, it's an interesting choice for a name, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Grafana Faro. Okay, what do they got on the home front here?
I don't know what this one is. Front-end observability that actually helps, but I didn't get a chance to read through exactly what this is. Faro understands that front-end issues happen in unpredictable environments, different devices, browsers, networks, and user behaviors. Instead of flooding you with noise, it focuses on context. Faro captures front-end errors alongside lightweight session replays, network activity, console logs, and user interactions. Crucially, it correlates all of this with backend traces. So, okay, cool. I guess just better insights into your front-end app if you have that baked into it. And the other tool was DevBox. So
what is that?
This one is basically, it's like spinning up a dev container in a nutshell.
Yeah.
But in a much faster way. So this is saying that it actually has full context into like your IDE. So it's not spinning up anything new, but it just isn't working in like an isolated environment. So I'm not sure how that's actually working without it actually being a container behind the scenes. So I want to see what that actually looks like.
Gotcha. So yeah, I was just reading through it on the other side. Unlike Docker, DevBox starts instantly.
Yep.
Your files live in your normal file system. Your IDE works normally. Debugging feels native. Okay. That should be something interesting to check out.
Yeah. And then Socket, I guess, is another. I didn't get a chance to fully read about this one. So security for the dependency mess we've created.
It's a little bit further. So Socket approaches dependency security differently. Instead of only checking known vulnerabilities, it analyzes what packages actually do.
Yep.
Okay. So
I think that's the important part, right? Most SaaS scanners, they don't really check for context of that package. They just check for, there's a CVE associated with this, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty cool tool, especially for the environments that we deploy in, to have that as a kind of early detections for any kind of vulnerabilities that may happen later on.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I'll just kind of switch this up. So let's cover quickly in the bottom ones, but I know you started showing me the DevOps daily, so let's kind of bring that up as more of a demo and play around with that a little bit. But
yeah.
So just kind of running through CData, Connect AI. So give it again. These are a lot of just AI probably driven tools, right? We got Cloud Opus 4.8. The Perplexity personal computer. I've just been seeing that a ton. I want to go and play around with that a little bit more versus just kind of rambling about it, but yeah. I'd like to see what that's actually doing. I saw NVIDIA was doing something very similar to, like they were doing chips on like smaller computers, like kind of like those.
That's the other thing. I'm surprised this didn't catch that. They released the N1X chip. So basically, it's the competitor, or they're trying to compete with what Apple's doing with their M series chips, being able to run fully ARM-based Windows and local models directly onto like a Windows PC.
Yeah. And they were like small form factors too. Handling some things. Yeah, I saw like the quick demo and just the live, kind of presentation of it.
Yep.
But yeah, it was pretty wild. So what was that code? AI math tutor. Never mind. I don't think we could skip that one. Y'all can read about it. I would say let's take a look at that DevOps daily though, and really dive into that. Was there anything else you saw on there? I think ideogram was just some overall, just checking to look at some.
This one was really cool.
DevOps was cool.
This is, I think, very useful for if you're just kind of getting into DevOps, seeing what Kubernetes is like, how to play with like pipelines or something, right? So it's like a simulation. So you can say like try a simulator, and they have all these different concepts that you would have for a like Kubernetes, or in this case auth for OIDC. But yeah, you can see here like most people don't really know how the CNI kind of works, or at least not visually be able to see how the Kubernetes CNI kind of operates behind the scenes. So I thought this was pretty neat to kind of say, hey, when you have different scenarios, right, like pod to pod, cluster IP, the differences between a load balancer and node port, kind of walks you through the different steps and the stages of those particular services.
But actually trying them out as well, right? So you're not just reading about these things in the sense like
So like you could actually like click.
I thought this was a DevOps daily, like just read about some of the cool things. I was like, when you started showing me this, I was like,
no, it's actually like, hey, this is your client, this is your IP. Exactly, it's very interactive. So someone who's just like kind of learning and wanting to get into it or get a deeper understanding, I thought this was a great way that whoever created this, I mean, kudos to them for creating something like this, because I think this is immensely useful for someone just new to the containerization or Kubernetes kind of world, or just
go
DevOps
back to
in general. Sorry.
No, perfect. I didn't want to cut you off. I just go back to like, is there one that we can kind of walk through? I know you had the CNI. That one might be a little bit difficult. Well, introduction to Packer. Okay.
That's a good one. Introduction to AWS. I guess this is more of a read. Oh, these are guides. Let's go to simulation ones. And I guess they tried to like gamify it a little bit too. I think this is important too. Git concept simulator. Oh man, often when like people don't understand like Git, right? I think this would be a great way to.
That might be the first one I take a look at. I'm not the greatest.
No, I mean you don't have to.
I started with source tree, and that makes you very lazy. And now I'm diving into it. I got rid of that, completely removed it. So I'm
so you know what? Check this out and see how good of a tool it is. I mean,
I will. So what is that overall? So stage and commit. So what is that actually doing here? So run. What does the run do?
Let's see. So you do a mental model, git status, checks it out.
Okay. Oh, so this is just running through what you should like. Run this command and see what it's doing.
Yeah,
run this command, see what it's doing.
Yep.
And just understand. Okay.
And then it gives you the stage and commit. So you can see the status, git add. Yeah, this is what git add does. Then you do a diff. You can stage that if you want, and then commit it. So yeah, basically like the general workflow as to how Git works under the covers.
Yeah, I think that like getting a little bit further in. So I'm pretty good at like the staging. And
this seems very basic.
But I think like the merge concepts and fetch and rebase, like those are, again, a developer's going to know those in and out. But a system admin, right, someone that's getting into code and infrastructure as code, they're not used to those keywords. They're not used to those concepts. So to see that and what an actual developer would do, in this sense, like you can read to, but like I don't know if that's what a true developer would actually be doing.
Right.
So no, this is pretty cool.
No, that's awesome. I like this website. It's very tailored to DevOps. This is like the brilliant approach, you know. But like Brilliant is very much so like I think science and math focused and not like the nitty gritty details of like software engineering, like DevOps. So it's kind of cool that someone put this together.
Yeah.
I just literally came across this today, so I was like, I got to show this off. Like, yeah, raise awareness of this.
All right.
And anything else you wanted to chat about?
I think that. The only thing is we glazed over it earlier. I know we chatted about it, but I'm curious to see what the Claude IPO. So if you guys aren't tracking that, Claude is looking to be publicly traded, I guess, right? So I think the latest I saw was a $950 billion evaluation. I'm curious to see what that stock price would ultimately be. SpaceX as well. That's not related to this at all, but I'm curious to see what the SpaceX one would come into. I dabble very, very, very minor play around with some trading in stocks. So I will definitely get on the hype train and probably lose money because that's not what you do. You don't jump in on an IPO right away, right? I
read just this morning houses, or I guess realtors in the SF area. Some like the housing market is like insane in the SF area, right? So some of the houses that are like 2 million plus, 3 million plus, they're taking actually Anthropic and OpenAI stock as like a collateral instead of like paying directly. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. I was like, damn, that's interesting way of doing it. But yeah, I mean, it goes to show how creative, but it goes to show, I guess, how valuable these companies are for certain people. But I don't know. I don't know how sustainable that really is, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the rate. It's the rate. It's what people are doing, and then when it doesn't work out, like same with like the real estate market in the sense, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we can.
It's like paying something with Bitcoin. It's like, yeah, sure, I paid you with Bitcoin now, but then tomorrow, the value could completely drop by like 30%.
Like it did, right? It was $100,000
exactly,
or 100,000, whatever.
Exactly.
A few months ago, and now it's like in the 70s.
Yep.
So still a lot of money for.
On the flip side, it could increase too. So it's like, it could go either way.
Yeah. It's like you're gambling. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
We could dive into that forever. So I think that wraps it up. I
well,
appreciate
before that, I know you've already rated
ratings.
yours. You've already rated yours.
I did. I'll do I'll give it. I'm liking this one a little bit, but
let's do it. How about
like
as a second time having it around? How is it?
It was, I guess, acquired. Yeah, it was good. I would give it. We were doing 5 as a top. I would give it I'm not a huge IPA guy, so I'm gonna have to give it a knock. I'll give it a 3. Even my Cloud Donkey, I think 4, but in reality, an IPA, I'm gonna have to drop that down.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 3 only because of personal preference. This was good.
Yeah.
I would recommend it. So Headbanger IPA, go for it.
Nice.
How's the pickle?
Oh, dude, this one, I'm gonna have to give it a solid like 2. Okay. Or maybe 1.5.
I would give it a 0 because it would never make it in my cart.
Yeah, I like pickles. That's the only reason why I even gave it a point.
Yeah.
But this honestly just tastes like pickle juice, and I don't want to just drink pickle juice like that. Like I like it. It's great, but maybe just like a tiny little.
Anybody comments? Or any recommendations, I should say, not comments. Any recommendations for something we should pick up? Please put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Again, like and subscribe to help us out because we don't make any money on this, and we actually pay money to do this.
Yep.
So yeah, like, subscribe. That'd be awesome, and give us some recommendations, so we can try something new.
Yeah.
Preferably not pickles or coconut. That's my other kryptonite. I do not like coconut. So.
I'm not a big fan of coconut. It's all right. Yeah. So
it's a texture thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
on that note,
thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys next time. See you.
Tap into the news. Clouds are moving. moving, pipelines burning, security never sleeps. Kubernetes, code and containers, we dive in deep. Welcome to the signal, where the builders break it down. DevSecOps is on the air, let's ship it out right now. Late night patches, coffee brewing, clusters lighting up the sky. 0 days and platform chaos, another firewall to modify. From GovCloud systems to hardened pipelines, keeping everything secure. Supply chain scanners, AI agents, modern problems needing modern cures. We build it fast, we lock it down, from the terminal to the battleground.